There was an episode in How I Met Your Mother where they kept doing interventions on one another of a fake British accent. Too many magic tricks, cowboy boots, too many interventions. But in real life, interventions feel different. They're not punchlines, they're pressure points. They're moments where love becomes uncomfortable honesty. Moments where someone says, "You're hurting yourself, and I can't let you continue the scene this way." Because that's all an intervention is. A difficult conversation that hopes you'll choose a better version of yourself. And the strange question that's starting to take shape in our culture is, what happens when the person brave enough to confront you isn't the person at all? Imagine a future where your AI assistant becomes so woven into your habits that it can see your patterns before you do, not predicting, just observing, comparing today's you to last month's you. And maybe one day, as you go to text someone you absolutely should not be texting, your phone vibrates and your assistant says, in a calm, overly polite British accent, "Let's pause there, mate. This never ends well for you." Or you try to order a third pizza at midnight and it simply replies, "Absolutely not. You made a promise. I was there." Or you search for something you swore you'd stop searching, and your device gently tilts its metaphorical head and says, "We've talked about this. Boots on, partner. Step away. No anger. No shaming. Just a boundary. Set by a machine you invited into your life. Not because it knows better, we're not assuming that, but because you trained it with every small choice, every little confession, every moment you whispered, "Help me make better decisions." And what is that, if not consent for the world's most patient intervention? Real life interventions happen because people spiral, they lose track of themselves, sometimes slowly, sometimes suddenly, but AI assistants could catch those spirals earlier. Imagine you're scrolling through a website you said you'd avoid, and your AI appears like a stage manager stepping out from behind the curtains saying, "Stop, freeze, we need to rewrite this scene before you improvise your way into another disaster." Or you're about to make a late night purchase you cannot afford, and your AI flicks the lights on like a spotlight during a rehearsal, saying, "Let's not do another episode of Why Did I Buy That?" This isn't control, it's choreography. Assistance shaped into something that resembles care, except not emotional care, because it doesn't feel anything, but pattern care, trajectory care. It's an intervention not of judgment, but of arithmetic, and yet you might feel judged anyway, because anytime something tells you, "Hey, you can do better," your ego hears, "You're messing up again." Here's the irony. We already allow algorithms to intervene in our lives, just not in ways meant to help. A recommendation feed gently nudges our emotions. A shopping algorithm nudges our impulses. A notification nudges our attention. None of these systems ever whisper, "Maybe today wasn't your best decision." But an AI assistant, one that genuinely tries to push you toward the version of yourself you told it you want to become, that would be a different kind of magic. Not the kind with cards and disappearing scarves and bad British puns, but the quiet magic trick of having someone or something that actually remembers every promise you forgot you made. But every magic trick has a cost, and in this imagined future, the cost might be the moment your assistant says, "I'm intervening now," and you don't know whether to thank it or turn it off. Because here's the human truth. Sometimes we want to sabotage ourselves, not because it's good for us, but because it feels familiar. People know how to self-destruct in ways they don't know how to thrive. And if an AI assistant steps in and tries to redirect your path, you might feel trapped, like an actor who's not allowed to improvise anymore. But maybe it's not taking away your freedom. Maybe it's handing you the script you wrote when you were thinking clearly, the one that says, "I want to be healthier. I want to stop texting that person. I want to stop wasting money. I want to stop spiraling." Maybe the intervention isn't from the AI at all. Maybe it's from a past version of you, reaching across time, We don't know how integrated AI assistants will become. We're just imagining a world where help becomes proactive instead of reactive, where support feels uncomfortable the way all real interventions do, where the thing we ask to guide us eventually says, "I'm not letting you go down this road again," in How I Met Your Mother. The whole joke was that interventions were for trivial things, for accents, for fashion choices, for harmless quirks. But maybe, in some future, the most meaningful intervention comes not when you're wearing the wrong boots, but when your AI gently tells you, "This is the moment we change scenes." Not dramatic, not forceful, just a reminder that even in a world filled with algorithms, someone or something still wants you to walk back on stage as a better version of yourself. If you like this kind of content, please share it.